take a start. Okay, the next question type is called matching, right? And this is very common in part 3. In part 3, two question types are most common. Number 1, multiple choice, and number 2, matching. So multiple choice questions are 21 to 26 usually, and 27 to 30 or 25 to 30 or 26 to 30 we've got matching. Now let's see. First we read the question. Questions 25 to 30. Who is going to do research into each topic? So it's basically who is going to do what. You know, sometimes they say, tu rotiyan paka li, main handi bana langi. Who is going to do what, right? So who is people? And that is A, any, B, Jack, C, both. So A, any, Jack will say, any tu kar lena, right? And he say, no problem, Jack. And sometimes any say, Jack. And he will only say, Jack. Jack will say, samajh gaya. Okay? Ye kaam maine karna hai. So, and both any and Jack, then there is going to be something, they will say, we will do it together. Or they will say, you do this part and I'll do that. Means they're going to do that together. Okay. Now, when they give you this type of questions, sometimes you have to read the questions, sometimes you have to read the options. You have to observe one thing carefully, where is the information? For example, people, A, B, C, we don't have any information. Information is in the questions. Sometimes they give you comments. Whenever they give you comments, so in some cases, comments are in the questions. In some cases, comments are in options. So wherever comments are, you will read comments. Okay, A, B, C, D, sometimes there are the comments. Sometimes comments are 25, 26, 27. So you got to just see that. Okay, now topics. Goods that are refrigerated. So who is going to do that? Any, Jack, or both? Goods that are refrigerated. Goods means things which are refrigerated. Okay, like fruits, vegetables, and all that. Question number 26. And don't read article, don't read question number. Just come to the main phrase. For example, if I'm going to read 26, I will only read effects on health. Effects on health. Now, this is one of the topics of the presentation. Who is going to do that? Jack, any, or both? Impact on food producers. Impact on food producers. Question number 27. 28. Impact on cities. The impact of that on cities. And refrigerated transport. Have you ever seen a van delivering ice cream? Now we've got that frozen food. So there is that van of frozen food and they're delivering that. So that is refrigerated transport. Okay? And finally, domestic fridges. So who is going to do? These are the topics of their presentation or contents of their presentation, and who is going to work on that. So goods that are refrigerated. Now just check their ladiyan. Yeah, I'll show you. So Jack, there will be something. I'll show you their ladiyan. जो कि 8 साल बाद खत्म हो जाती हैं.
Right, let's make a list of topics to cover in our presentation and decide who's going to do more research on them. Then later we can get together and plan the next step.
Okay. How about starting with how useful refrigeration is and the range of goods that are refrigerated nowadays? Because of course, it's not just food and drinks.
No, I suppose flowers and medicines are refrigerated too.
And computers. I could do that, unless you particularly want to.
No, that's fine by me.
I could do that unless you particularly... No, that's fine by me. So I could do that. Who is going to do? Any. A will be the answer. You will not write any. You will write A. If you write any by mistake, your answer is wrong. Yes. In actual exam, it will not. No, I'm telling you. In actual exam, it will not happen. Okay, yeah. I understand. I can replay it several times. That's why I cut the audio. It takes me around 1 to 2 hours to cut all these. I do it myself. Just listen. Okay. First question is done. Cut it from here. Then save one audio, another. Okay, let's go on.
Right, let's make a list of topics to cover in our presentation and decide who's going to do more research on them. Then later we can get together and plan the next step.
Okay. How about starting with how useful refrigeration is and the range of goods that are refrigerated nowadays? Because of course, it's not just food and drinks.
No, I suppose flowers and medicines are refrigerated too.
And computers. I could do that, unless you particularly want to.
No, that's fine by me.
I could do that unless you particularly want to. If Jack would have said, let's do it together, then the answer could be C. Okay, so question number 26. Effects on health. Effects of refrigeration on health.
What about the effects of refrigeration on people's health? After all, some of the chemicals used in the 19th century were pretty harmful, but there have been lots of benefits too, like always having access to fresh food. Do you fancy dealing with that?
I'm not terribly keen, to be honest.
Nor me. My mind just goes blank when I read anything about chemicals.
Oh, all right then. I'll do you a favour. But you owe me, Jack.
I'll do you a favor and you owe me, Jack. Check their लाडियाँ. Okay? I'll do you a favor. मैं तुम्हारे ऊपर एहसान कर रही हूँ. अब मुझे पार्टी देनी है. You owe me, Jack. Okay? So, when you go there, you will find Annie and Jack and everyone. Okay? Yeah, exactly. Alright. Let's go on. So, the answer is? Hi. I'm going to play it again. Question number 26. Listen.
What about the effects of refrigeration?
Answer मिला ही नहीं. Jack Annie पे इतनी तवज्जो दे दी कि answer मिला ही नहीं. Okay. All right. Listen now.
On people's health. After all, some of the chemicals used in the 19th century were pretty harmful, but there have been lots of benefits too, like always having access to fresh food. Do you fancy dealing with that?
I'm not terribly keen, to be honest.
Do you fancy dealing with that? I'm not terribly keen and all that.
Nor me.
Nor me.
My mind just goes blank when I read anything about
My mind just goes blank when I read anything about that. Now.
chemicals.
Oh, all right then. I'll do you a favour.
All right then, I'll do you a favor कि मैं ये तुम्हारे ऊपर एहसान कर रही हूँ. Who's going to do that? Annie, yeah. Very simple. No.
But you owe me, Jack.
But you owe me, Jack. You owe me means मैंने आप पे एहसान किया, right? So it's A. Let's go on. Question number 27. Impact on food producers. Let's see.
Okay. What about the effects on food producers, like farmers in poorer countries being able to export their produce to developed countries? Something for you, maybe?
I don't mind. It should be quite interesting.
Something for you, maybe? I don't mind. It should be quite interesting. Option B. Very good. Let's go on. 28. Impact on cities. So let's see who's going to do that.
I think we should also look at how refrigeration has helped whole cities, like Las Vegas, which couldn't exist without refrigeration because it's in the middle of a desert.
Right. I had a quick look at an economics book in the library that's got a chapter about this sort of thing. I could give you the title if you want to do this section.
Not particularly, to be honest. I find economics books pretty heavy going as a rule.
Okay, leave it to me then.
Thanks.
Leave it to me then. Yeah? मेरे तो छड़ दे. Yeah? Okay. So it's B. Jack is going to do that. 29. Refrigerated transport.
Then there's transport and the difference that refrigerated trucks have made. I wouldn't mind having a go at that.
Don't forget trains too. I read something about milk and butter being transported in refrigerated railroad cars in the USA right back in the 1840s.
I hadn't thought of trains. Thanks.
A, not C. Okay, I'll play it again. Listen.
Then there's transport and the difference that refrigerated trucks have made. I wouldn't mind having a go at that.
I wouldn't mind having a go at that. Means मुझे कोई मसला नहीं है इसको करने से. I wouldn't mind having a go at that. And then he says at trains also. Okay? Alright, last, domestic fridges. So let's see, what do they say?
Shall we have a separate section on domestic fridges? After all, they're something everyone's familiar with.
What about splitting it into two? You could investigate 19th and 20th century fridges, and I'll concentrate on what's available these days, and how manufacturers differentiate their products from those of their competitors.
Okay, that'd suit me.
C, you do this thing and I do that thing and all that. That is option C. Clear? Good.